Good morning, welcome to the Breakfast Show. First of all, I'd like to apologize for the bad internet connection, and hopefully this video recording will get back to you as fresh as when we do our live FB in here. Now, we all have seen the market last Friday did pretty well, and you have seen that this market is really holding up. But our KLCI, it seems to be rebounding. Let's take a look at what we have for you this morning in here. Now, let's take a look at the first instances of our KLCI market this morning. Switching to a wider chart here, you would have known it already tried to build a nice base at the, switching to a 1 month chart here, around the 1450, 1420, did touch down the low of 1420, but did holding up. And of course, many of you will be talking about likelihood. Where is this likely going? Is this market rebounding, or is this what we call a dead cat rebound in here? But overall, I do feel that our market is likely to be in a sideways market, and the shorter term trend is definitely trending down. As you can see, the railway track are coming down, but there is some good stocks that we'll be looking at the ST2 intraday, and you can review some of the hot sectors as well as the Pentagon stock trade idea in here. But let's begin with the overall agenda that we have in here, and some of the winner that we have on February 28 were the Pentagon winners and loser. So check it out in the SmartRobie app here. All right, and of course, the Pentagon guider since then has turned red Pentagon, and it is a sign of weakness after that upthrust that you see up there. So the upthrust that you see up there in here has turned the market downwards, and we do have some sort of support. The not so good news is foreign funds are still selling right now. They are net selling in here around the level in here. So 1460 will be that resistance level in here, right? Now, on the market stages using the FKLI futures for much of the things that we are doing here. So you can see this market has turned red Pentagon in the earlier February, and we have seen the yellow trend zone, which previously were about 36 bars, meaning about 36 days in here. Railway track is crossing down. That's right, crossing down. So that means trend is still down in here. It is going to be bearish in the shorter term in here, but major support is still at 1420. Look out for the resistance at 1460, where you'll hit the ceiling and then come back down. That's what usually we talk about this in here. And looking at the hot sectors in here in this chart, hot sectors is what is really trending up, and the idea about the Pentagon guider hot sectors in here, we are looking it sorted out, right? So you can see from here on the chart left hand side, we have property, telemedia, construction, finance, and utility, and we generally want to look at the first two of the hot sectors and maybe the second and the third. So you can see some of my previous recording, I do the second item, which is in this here telemedia and construction, but this today we will look at the property in here. All right, looking at the property, right, and so you can see the idea behind it is that all the stocks are sorted out, okay, which means by the Pentagon date. The earliest Pentagon date will be on top. It can be a red or a green Pentagon. The low one will be right at the bottom in here. So you can see from here onwards, these are some of the stocks that are happening. Gluco, not too bad, turned green Pentagon on 3rd of March. And Echo World also turned green Pentagon. So let's look at Echo World 8206, and we can look at the chart here. So 8206, one more time, Echo World, and we're going to stock chart, stock comment, hit on that one. You might see a bit of a delay on the thing, but you can always re-click those things. So this is a nice one here, but take note, we still have that resistance at the 42 level, 0.72 cents in here. So that will be that resistance that you are seeing this morning in here, all right? So you're going to look for one that has a very good support and good setup in here. It's very important to look in that one. Glaucoland, let's take a look at Glaucoland. Okay, and stock chart, stock comment. Of course, all things being equal, we want to look for the trend that has the nicest setup in here, which means actually going up in an up uptrend in here. Now right now this one just turned green pentagon in here again. Another two major top resistance here. That's something that it will find challenges to able to break through that for the property stock. But then again, next week we will come back and look at this in here. All right, so that's going to be a slight preview in here. Now on last week we have featured the 27th of February, two stocks, CCK and Focus SP. So CCK, let's take a look at CCK in here, and you can see from here CCK was spotted at 78 cents. If you go back to 78 cents on 27th of February, and since then still managed to hold up. And one of the things is CCK is poultry business, and we all know poultry business, they are allowed to increase their egg prices and chicken prices, so that's a little bit more margin coming in here, and so this stock is likely to move higher than lower. So looking at the chart right now, you can look at the stock fundamental first. Stock fundamental, you'll see from here it's rated 5 out of 8, PE being about 8, and sector is about 18.6 in here. ROE is pretty good. The sector average is 15%. This is almost close to 17. Dividend is slightly lower, right? And that's why this is, it's the pricing, the PE actually has given it a very low, about 8 times. So right now, if they do a re-rating of CCK, right, and likelihood this stock is going to move back higher. And that's why we are seeing this stock moving up. All right, next stock that was on discussion on our Robie FA collection was this Focus Special, who does a lot of food and beverages, and you all know about lemon tree, right? Cafe and restaurant, all those they're doing up. They have a little lemon tree in there, and they tend to be an Instagram cafe. So that's the one that many people are going. Let's look at a Focus Focus SP. And stock chart, I think we know. Let's look at stock fundamental in here. So you can see from here, it has a 12 rating, 35. Wow, ROE at 35, right? A dividend of 2.2, giving it a 5 out of 8. It's still in a nice uptrend in here. Since then's pullback, well supported at the 20-day moving average. And let's see if this will able to continue to move higher. Again, these are all your so-called food and beverages, consumer products. Well, is able to raise the price of the food prices as the inflation goes in, so they're able to raise that. So that's something good that the other sectors are not able to do, and we have seen that, right? Your nasi lemak and your chicken and some of the meat prices has gone up in here. So that is also why some of these counter in here, which is the F&B, are able to raise the prices up in here. So take note of that one. All right, and next one, don't forget you can also subscribe to our free daily newsletter in here. Just click on this link and you're able to get it and just fill in the respective details in here. Now let's look at the Robie FA list for this week. All right, let's look at Robie FA list for this week, and you can see Robie FA list. We have only 3 counters: Wellcall, Lagenda, and RHB. Okay, Wellcall and RHB. So let's look at Wellcall. The chart, Wellcall hit the first one. Wellcall, we know that this has been coming up a fair bit in here. Let's look at the stock chart, stock comment here. Click on that one, and you will definitely see this one is at 160. So it's actually moving in a sideways market in here. So while moving the sideways market, can you collect some dividend? Right, we're using the stock fundamentals here. Definitely you can. Paying a 6% dividend, right? ROE of 28 times, giving it a 6 out of 8. So that's pretty good. In it's looking at the, if it does do a re-rating at 20 times, 20.5 times, then you have a potential of 140 at 21% upside. All right, so that's for Wellcall. And the other one is Lagenda, which is, I do believe this is a property one. Right, let's look at Lagenda and looking at the stock chart, stock comment here. Again, I do apologize earlier on, we're not able to do the live FB as we have stream of internet connection in here, but we hope that this will able to fix it on the next issue when we come back. So on the Lagenda here, we have a nice uptrend, okay, pushing up to 130 in here. So that's looking pretty good. Let's look at the fundamentals. All right, hit stock chart, stock comment in here, and you can see this is also paying a 5% dividend of a PE of 6 times with a ROE of 17%. So that's pretty good, a pretty decent ROE for this kind of company. And they do properties in here, right? You can check out some of the website in here to go to lagendaproperty.com and see some of the things not. And moving on to our next segment in here, which is the advanced user ST2 intraday. Okay, so last week intraday ST2 27th of February, which we all look at it in here. Couple of good stocks. Again, we look for those that is above the 47 cents and just short of 5 and 6% in gain in here. Definitely one of them that did pretty well. Let's switch to a bigger chart in here. Was Harbor Link. Okay, spotted around 111 on the 27th February, and then subsequently 5 days later went up as high as 16.2% just on the ST2 Smart the ST2 alert stage 2 intraday shares, giving it 16.2% or 1,162 potential price gain from a 10K trade. A very nice one in here. All right. Second one was Malaysian flour, also spotted on the 27th of February, and that time was 9.45 here. You can see price was about 79.5 cents. Did hit high of 84.5, giving it 6.2% from a 10K trade. All right, from a 10K trade. So that's doing pretty well in here. And for this morning at 9:47, all right, so we'll be looking at this PRG, ENO, okay, and now we want to choose anything that's above 47 cents. So SMRT, smart. So SMRT, MRT. This one has been going a fair bit, all right. So let's see this morning, where is it going? Right, up 4%, 51% here. So that be interesting if you come back and look at it. This is the one that like rocket ship that's been going up, okay. So when you switch to a wider chart here, right, and oh, it's just not refreshing right now. Okay, if it's not, then we can go down to our trading view chart. Okay, let me just bring up the trading view chart and switching into SMRT. So SMRT right now, okay, so let's look at SMRT. Okay, looks like we do have a little bit of issue with the internet again in here. So it doesn't matter. You can look at, okay, SMRT is back. SMRT. And we can see this one here continue to go hit higher in here. It's been moving up from 19 cents to 53 cents in here, probably with some sort of a project that is ongoing. I do see usually this kind of stocks, you will get the big project coming up. So SMRT, again, if you are aggressive, this will be one of the stocks that you may be interested to check it out in here. All right, so this is where we are. So next one is Chrono, 53 cents. Okay, let's take a look at Chrono. Chrono here. Chrono, yes, just turned green Pentagon. You got the old resistance here, 56 cents. So next week, we'll come back and check out this one here. TH Plantation, 64 cents, and also ECA. All right, so next week, we'll come back and take a look, see how well these kind of stocks have performed in here. Now, for summary, is that the KLCI has built a very nice base in here, but likely to rebound. But we do see the 1460 is that level that we are getting that difficulty. But continue to look into the Robie FA list as I've shared with you in here. You can still carry a pretty good dividend on that part in here. For those advanced trader, the ST2 intraday, stage 2 shares will be the one that we're looking at in here, right? And also this coming Wednesday, we will be continued with the ChatGPT of part 2 in here. And don't forget to join me on the 16th of March for our more stock SmartRobie on the US share analysis in here. All right, and the continuing of our VSA 360 product for the release 2023 include the insider buying and selling. And you can also get many of our video on YouTube, right, on Trade VSA in here for all that is educational in here. Thank you again for this morning in here, and don't forget to subscribe to our VSA 360 when you're ready, and also our newsletter. And of course, we are not able to do any of the stock review by our members as we have some recording issues in here. So we are looking into getting it done. And for this Telegram chat room here, we do appreciate if you could share this in your timeline and also your friends. And thank you for coming in here. And do hope to see you on a better connection in here on Wednesday. So definitely look into it. And thank you for coming. Bye-bye.